because that's kind of what I do is some property management.
Uh,
And in the case, it said that some people like create Excel spreadsheets to manage all their properties, and I was like, "Yep, that's me. That's what we've done. We just have all of it in an Excel, you know, and it's so annoying."
yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah. So RentJuice is a brilliant company, so that's good.
Well, they got acquired for
Oh,
$40 million in May of 2012.
was that in the case?
Oh, I looked it up online.
Oh, for 40
Yeah,
million dollars.
yeah, Zillow, and
Oh,
they, mhm.
mm,
Yeah, so they. I mean, that's only 2 years after the case, so obviously they did pretty well.
holy cow.
Yeah.
True. Well, vote individually. Should David Vivero raise money now? Yes or no? I was reading both of them today, so I kind of got to go back and refresh my mind.
Uh-huh.
What did you say?
I thought that he should, but first I felt he needed to make a plan to become profitable with it, not to just grow like crazy, but to become profitable. Because
Yeah.
a lot of companies that talked about have gotten funding, but then they die because they
Yep.
start spending and never become profitable, and then they, something in the market happens or a competitor comes, and then they never get profitable and they die.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt they should raise money so they could be done with it, focus on the business, and focus on becoming profitable. Um, they never used all 5 million. Well, that's okay. They've got a cushion they can do stuff with.
Yep. One thing that stood out to me in this case and kind of influenced why I think that they should raise money, but the same thing kind of along with like what you said was they need to have a plan first of what they're going to do with the money to become profitable. Um, because in that case, it really stood out to me that I don't remember his name was going to give him $500,000, but he was like, "I want to see what you can do first
Yeah,
before without any money, you know." And I just thought about that, like that's genius of the angel investor to be like, do as much as you can without my money first, because I want to see what you can do with no money before I give you any of my money.
yeah, I really like that too.
And it just made me think, kind of. It was just kind of like I was driving to work and I was thinking about it, and because I read it this morning before work, and which is kind of weird of me. I couldn't sleep. But anyway, I was just like, that's kind of what the Lord does too. I think is the Lord expects us to like show Him what we can do on our own, and then He'll give us like the help that we need.
Yeah,
So I think that yes, He should raise money, but I don't know if He necessarily like needs it because I think that He can make it work without it. But yes, I mean more money is always good if you can make it profitable.
yeah. Just wasn't sure if they'd be able to become profitable in the next. I think you said they had 8 months worth of cash at their current rate. Just know if they would make it in that 8 months or not.
Okay.
So
Okay. So what is the CLV of rent juice of a rent juice customer? The customer lifetime value. I don't know how to calculate this. Do you?
Um, so what I did is I multiplied the annual churn by annual revenue and also by gross margin. Um, no, that's not what I did. I did 1 minus the annual churn divided by 12 times the monthly revenue times the gross margin, and then I times it by 12 again. and that gave me like
One
sorry, because I can't remember.
125.
No,
So you did 0.38, right? Or did you just do 38?
I did 0.38 divided by 12, and I did 1 minus that, so 99.86. That's per month churn, roughly.
Wait, you did, sorry, 0.38 divided by 12
Yeah,
minus 1.
I did 1 minus that. Yeah.
So 0.9683, right?
Yeah, 0.998 or something like that.
I have 0.96833333. Anyway, and then you times that by 0.75.
Yeah, times. Oh yeah, you're right. Times 0.75 times the 440 is what I did, and then I multiplied that by 12, getting annual customer value of 3,835 roughly.
Okay.
So that's customer annual value. But I don't know how long they have customers. So I mean, if you use a random number, if it's 10 years, if it's 5, I don't know what you're going to use, but somewhere between 15,000 to $40,000,
Okay.
depending on the years. I don't know how long they're going to have their customers. They're brand new business.
Yeah.
But even if it's 3,800, that's really good because that's your value is higher than your customer acquisition cost before a year.
Yeah. So what are you gonna put 3,800 for that?
Yeah, so it didn't give me any when I did the case. It didn't give me. I've already turned it in. It didn't give me anything to go off of. Yeah. So I didn't actually write that part down. That's probably what I go with. Somewhere around $3,835, something like that. For annual, I would say that's annual, and then lifetime value, I'd probably go maybe 20 years. It's like $60,000.
I'm just trying to figure it out because it says that it will be asked about it.
Yeah. I mean, 20 seems like a long time,
Yeah.
but that's $76,700.
Yeah. Yeah. How well is the sale funnel of RentJuice working? What can you think of to improve it? How can you reduce customer acquisition cost? The sale funnel, is that like how they're making their sales?
Yeah.
Well, they had their competitor who was coming out with a new software um, that was being marketed toward landlords, correct? And
Yeah.
theirs was being marketed towards brokers.
Yeah, agents.
And I guess if you're like a property management company, you would be a broker or have a broker who would probably, it would be they would see the software because of that. But other than that, I mean, there's tons of landlords that don't use a property management company, and so they're
Yeah.
they're missing out on all of those. So I feel like it's good, as it's good for their target market. They're doing a good job at that, but in all, I feel like they're missing out on a lot of customers
Yeah.
because of the way they're marketing.
Yeah. One thing I noticed after calling 100 people, there's that little diagram that said call 100 people. Like they talked to 26 decision makers or something, and then nine agreed to a web demo,
Yeah.
and then 2 subscribed. I thought, or 2% of all your calls that you talk to, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I felt that they needed to. I mean, I'm sure they've got good salespeople, but their message needs to improve. I mean, the customers need to realize. I mean, because the customers are going to make a huge change to their business in order to adopt this software. So they've got to see a huge benefit to see that it's worth changing. Because if they don't see a huge benefit, they're not going to disrupt how they've been doing things for 10, 20 years.
Right.
That's kind of what I thought anyway.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, just in my mind, I think I would change pretty quick if from doing the Excel spreadsheet, you know. But I'm sure there's a lot more intelligent people in the world than me doing managing stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But like you say, 2% is not very good. It's not very good. So,
Yeah.
so how can you reduce the customer acquisition cost? Well, number one is get a better pitch for your product, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can reduce, I mean, if you can get it up to 15% conversion rates for the calls, you know, or 20%, you know, because not everybody you call is going to do it, but 2% is pretty low. So
Yeah.
and that would save you a lot of time just on having your employees calling and calling, and you also would cut your costs on your leads on having to buy more leads because you can convert more of them, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know how they're. Do you remember how they were getting their leads? Were they just buying
No,
them
I
from
don't.
somebody?
I know it mentioned cold calls several times.
Yeah, I wonder where they get those numbers from.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Ooh. Anything else on that one?
Um, no, I think that's everything.
Reduce the customer acquisition cost. Okay. How should Vivero respond to the new competition? Well, he should. I think that he should change, not change. Well, yes, change, but include landlords in his new target market. Because I feel like he's missing out on a lot of sales there.
Yeah.
If he does that, though, then he's probably gonna have less of an effort on brokers. So, I mean, I guess it's up to him. He has to kind of decide which one. I think you'd have to have some numbers to evaluate this, but which one is more profitable if you go after brokers or if you go after landlords.
Um, you know, they mentioned that the landlord one, the real time one, was going to be free.
Uh huh.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of like, landlords are a big part of it, but free kind of makes it difficult too because it doesn't make you any money for a long, long time.
It's true. And
But
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
but at the same time, at the same time, they could integrate their applications so that maybe renters could pay through the application to their landlords. Maybe quit charging renters except for when they help them find apartments, and then don't charge them to pay their rent. Just charge the landlords to receive payments to the thing and drop it straight in their bank account.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's
And I don't know if they do this, but there are companies now that do it, like property management companies where they pay you. The property management company always pays the landlord, like on the first day of the month, you know? And so if the tenants are late paying, then the property management company is the one that eats it.
Oh, really? Huh.
But one thing that I thought of while you were talking was, are you saying goodnight to your
What's what?
kid? Are you saying goodnight to your kid?
Yeah. Yeah, just 1 second. So
Yeah.
you just got home. Can you say hi? Say hi to Dan. You saying hi?
That's cute.
Good job. Hey, come here. Sorry.
That's all good. One thing that I was thinking about while you were talking though was RentJuice is probably actually smart going after the brokers, because brokers are, they have to pay, right? They wouldn't have the free version, and then they also probably have multiple units,
Yeah.
whereas a landlord might have, one or two, where a broker might have 50,
Right.
you know. So that's probably actually smart of RentJuice to be going after the brokers because they have more accounts.
Yeah, that's true. If they land one customer, they can get a lot of revenue from them as opposed to.
Yeah. So anyway, what else do you think you should do to respond to the new competition?
Um, I think become profitable is a big part of it, because if they take that, um, well, maybe they can't. So they're going to take investment, um, and if they can use some of that investment to get the real time finished quickly, and then use that to bring in revenue, they might be able to become profitable in the next year or so if they get that real time really running too. So I think that's a big part of it. If they can be profitable and grow with that investment at the same time,
Yeah.
they could get a good market share before that competitor really ever gets off the ground.
Yeah. Good point.
But at the same time, maybe they need to take the investment and grow as fast as they can and not worry about being profitable so they can take up as much market. But I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a lot of people to try and reach in just a little bit of time.
Yeah, and that's kind of, to me, that's a little bit more fast growth for quick results,
Yeah.
instead of having a sustained growth, which, yes, you lose out on the market share, but probably going to be in business for a long time.
Yeah.
Um, I wonder how much, did it say in the case how much the other one was? Like was there a freemium version? Or
I don't know.
I don't remember. You have to make sure that their prices were really competitive.
Yeah. And they also mentioned they were moving from, instead of when someone made a sale, they would charge people when they made a sale, but they're moving away from that and more towards subscription. I think that's probably a good move,
Yeah.
especially if brokers and agents don't feel that they directly contributed to that sale.
Hmm.
I think it's a good move.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see here. I don't know. There's not really anything else. That was kind of a quick discussion on this.
It was kind of fast, actually.
It was what?
That was kind of fast.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
All right. I can lay down Cloudflare. Did you do that one?
Yeah. Cloudflare was
Cloudflare.
it seems sweet, like a sweet service.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm still trying to figure out how much customers are willing to pay for it, but obviously they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I should just read this case a little bit more. Because I don't want to like just BS it and have you do all of it by yourself,
Uh-huh.
you know? Unless you want to just do it and get it over with.
Either one's fine for me, whatever you want to do. If you feel that you'd be more prepared in a couple of days, that's fine too.
Well, I want to like participate and like help, but I would rather just get it done. I think, are you okay if I just read this tomorrow and then we can like meet tomorrow night or something?
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Let me make sure my calendar real fast. So I've got home teaching tomorrow night, but if we do it like 9 again, I could do it.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, sorry, I just don't want to like. I thought I was gonna do it. I thought I was gonna be able to do it, but then like have it that read, but just life gets in the way, you know. You know how that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it does. I couldn't meet last night because of the same reason. Like, been
'Cause-
applying for jobs and just been crazy busy. So, yeah.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll talk tomorrow then.
Okay, sounds good. I'll send this link over to the email for you and also Zach. So,
All right, sounds good. Thanks, man.
yeah, thanks, Dan.
Yep.
Okay, see ya.